Hello, we're live. Hi, everybody. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to Beginner Hula. We're starting brand new choreography today. This is week 1 of La'iei Kawai. So if you are new to this, this is kind of a perfect time to start. If you're not new to this, since this is a new start of kind of a new term, sort of the beginner class, we are going to go back to basics. So just so you know, but it's always good, no matter what level you are, to continue to work your basics, review your, just review your foundational steps, and to also kind of review other things like studying ʻolelo Hawaii and things like that. So we're going to go back to the beginning. This is the beginning. All right. So like we always like to start, especially since this is the first day of a new term, all of our normal things we like to say. First of all, don't forget you're dancing at your own risk. I want you to pay close attention to your body and listen to yourself and what it's telling you and about what is safe and what is not. I want you to feel good. My style of hula, I like to feel very balanced and grounded. So I don't want you feeling like you're teeter-tottering all over the place. But we'll talk about some ways to make sure that you're getting that balance and that kind of feeling solid and connected to the earth when you're dancing hula. And also I'm not there to correct your form. So I want you to pay attention to your body and make sure that you're always helping, not hurting. Okay, second of all, if you'd like to make a donation to the LA Belly Dance Academy, please do. It's a small business in Los Angeles that's making it through, making it all work, trying to adjust to the world that we're all in. And no worries if not, because things are, very tough for a lot of people. And so what's the most important thing to all of us is that we're all here together dancing through all of this, that you can take some time out for yourself and learn something new together. And then last but not least, if you dance hula for a group or if you have a kumu hula, make sure that you're taking these classes with their permission. It's a very important part of, dancing hula when you have a kumu hula, especially, respecting and following protocols and showing them that respect by some teachers are cool with it. Some teachers are like, yes, go. There's, you want to learn from as many people as you can. Some people are like, I prefer you don't for this and that reason. Perfectly legitimate. And but you gotta give them, you don't want to get in trouble, okay? So let's start with our regular warm-up. We do this same warm-up and stretch at the beginning of every class. The point of this, we're going to start with big ummies, which are hip circles. I want you to push your hips out as far as you can and start. If you're new to this, I want you to really start connecting with all these little muscles, tendons, ligaments, joints, all these things that are in your body, especially in your hips, and feeling where is your range of motion? How does it change if you bend your knees? Make sure that you're bending nice and low. As your knees, as your legs start to warm up, try and bend a little bit lower. Keep building that heat before we stretch. And yeah, big hip circles, keep them even. Again, pay attention, feel all those little spots where your body's like, little place around, preventing us from having that really nice, clean, round circle pushing all the way out. When I bring my feet together, they're not together. My feet are a little less than shoulder width apart and they are straight. So I want to make sure your feet are straight, not like this, you ballet dancers, not like this, not like this. We want them to be here, straight. All right, here we go. Start with your warm-up. Again, match the tempo of your ummi to your big hip circles. And don't forget, I've got the chat box over on the side there that I can see. And so if you have any questions along the way, don't hesitate to ask. Here we go. All right, let's start back left. Dance your feet nice and wide apart. Big circles. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Stop. Let's switch sides and back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And switch again. Let's go double time. Ready? back, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Going, get this elbow up here, nice and high. 1, 2, and switch. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Twist around to the shape. Hold your shoulders steady. Make sure we're not going like this. Way to hold still here. And switch. Back 1, 2, 1, 2. Push. 1, 2. Bend your knees. Keep going, keep going. 2, 1, 2. And switch. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Back, front, back, front. Good job. Good. Good, but your feet are shoulders apart. Back, 1, 2, 1, 2. Again, check in with your upper body. Make sure you're nice and stable here. Switch. Back, front, back, front. I'm going to switch. Let's go 4 here. Then I'm going to step around with this foot. 3, 4. 4 steps. Ready? Step 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Now let's switch these 4 hands aside. Then we're going to ʻoli. We're going to turn. Again, 4 steps. Now with the other foot. Here we go. ʻoli. 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Switch. Keep your head nice and high. Chin up. Switch. Good. Ready? I'm going to go 2 up and 2 down. So switch. Now 2 up is here. 1, 2. Now just bend a little lower. 1, 2. Again. Up. 2. Drop. 1, 2. And switch. Now this side. 1, 2. Drop. Up. Keep your feet flat. Drop. And switch. Push, push, push. Drop. And up, switch. Drop. Good job. Roll your shoulders a little bit. We're going to stretch. Follow me for your stretch. You can modify any of these however you want. Use this time. Stretch your body, stretch your legs. Up on your toes. Arms up one. Keep going. Lift those feet. Up and down into squats. Ready? Reach up. Down. Good. Hold it up here. Reach up. Pull, pull. Push, push, push. And down. Hold here. All right. Up and over to the left. Reach. All right. Hold. And switch. Reach up. Let that reach. And side to side reach. All the way down. Over to one side. Good. Turn your feet this way. We're going to lunge. And drop this heel back here so that we're stretching this calf. Lower your shoulders. Now when I wake up and see the morning. background, I want you to modify this however you want to. Listen to your body. If you're down here with me, sit up nice and tall. Feel the stretch on the inside of your outstretched leg. Hands up. Down, and I'm going to turn. If you're down here, I'm just going to balance on my heel for a second to see where you're at with your balance today. And pull your toes forward and stretch the back of your leg. All right, push it back to center. Landing, dropping the heel, stepping that back there, roll. All right, good. Okay, let's talk about our posture and mark our positions, where we want to be for most of our hula. We're going to use 3 marks to kind of remind ourselves of whether, since I'm not there to be like, hey, pull your feet in or tuck your tailbone or things like that, I need you to be aware of your own body and kind of watch out for yourself so that you can make sure you're dancing with proper technique and you're protecting your body. So first of all, I like to mark it using 3 points. So with your ankles, your hips, and your shoulders. You want these 3 to be in line here. So we always dance hula with bent knees. We want to bend. We're bending low. And so when we're doing this, don't forget that a lot of this, to keep this balance here, we need this range of motion. We need to be able to push our hips, the weight in our hips and our bodies back and forth. And to do that, we need bent knees. So if we're standing up too tall, if I aloha, if I sway, I only have this much, right? But if I bend, then suddenly I've got a lot more space to deal with, and then I can push a lot more of my weight to one side or the other. But when I do that, I need to make sure that I've got all these in line. So if I bend nice and low here, then you can see that my ankles, my hips, and my shoulders are still in line. So especially when you get tired, sometimes what happens is your shoulders will lean forward like this, especially if we're doing levels. Shoulders go like that. So what we need to do is, remember, push your shoulders back like this. But then you also want to make sure that your tailbone is in this like neutral position. It's not tucked in like this, but it's also not here pushed out with an arched back. So sometimes when people are bent nice and low and they're leaning forward and I tell them to put their shoulders back, what happens is this. We get an arched back right here instead of them going like this. So what I like to say instead is to push your tailbone forward. And this should be your posture no matter what level you're at. I'm standing up, 1, 2, 3. I'm bent, 1, 2, 3. Even if I'm all the way down here, On the ground, I'm still here. 1, 2, 3. Again, my shoulders aren't leaning forward and my tailbone is not, I'm not arching my back here like this. I'm in a neutral position here. 1, 2, 3. All right, so no matter where you are in your bent position, all the way up, all the way down, these three are gonna stay in the same line, all the way up, all the way down. Yes, okay, so we're gonna do a drill, keep our warm-up going with our ha'aleva and our hands drill. So feet are a little bit less than shoulder width apart, and again, they're very straight, okay? We wanna bend nice and low. And our ha'aleva, which is our sway back and forth, just goes like this. See how my knees are moving independently of each other? My hips are going back and forth. Think of like waves going in and out of the ocean. Okay, if you are an ʻori Tahiti dancer, I want you to watch out that you're not rolling your feet like this, like you would for a hula. And I also want to make sure that if you're new to this, that your shoulders are getting used to moving independently of your lower body. So we're not going like this. That's hard because it's hard to tell, right? We're like standing here, we're going back and forth, and it feels very much like we are nice and still, but what's happening is your upper body is trying to help. You got to tell your upper body, thank you, I appreciate you, thank you for trying to help, but we got it. Don't worry, got to stay nice and still up here and just move back and forth. So we're going to do this drill. I want you through this whole drill to keep your ha'aleva going, your sway back and forth. It's also called ka'o, this move. By a lot of people, we call it ha'aleva. And so when we put our hands out, fingers are going to be together, okay? There's a slight bend in this elbow so that I've got a straight arm. You can't really see that, but, and it's not a hyperextended arm. See that? We don't want this. We don't want dancing like that. We want a little bend in the elbow. And then I'm focusing on stretching my hand here. Thumb stays alongside the hand, and I'm going to stretch, relax down. That's all it is. Stretch, relax down. I don't want people going, oh, I'm dancing hula. Here we go. No, we got to keep a calm control in our hands so we can be very specific with our motions, but we got to build up strength and dexterity there too. Okay, so hands are stretching, relaxing. That's all they're doing. Stretching, relaxing from the center of your hand right here. Okay, enough talking. Let's dance. And all right, so again, feet are nice and straight. Bend your knees. And ha'aleva, mirror me, right, left, right. Let's put hands here. Left. Feet flat, right? Keep the weight balanced over your foot. Hands up. And stretch, relax. Stretch, relax. You're going to be here for the whole song, so even if I stop, I want you to keep going, okay? Listen to the music. Listen to the beats. Right, left. Keep going. Right, left. Hands out. Keep the elbows up nice and high. Stretching, relaxing. I want you connecting with this part of your hand. Stretch, relax, push, right, left, right, left. Elbows up in line with your shoulders. Keep going, push, right, and left. Bigger ha'aleva, push, right, left, right, left. Bend low so you've got that range of motion. Push, right, left, right, left. Keep going, right, left. Are your thumbs alongside your hand? Make sure they're not sticking out like this. Keep the elbows up nice and high. If your shoulders are getting sore, you're doing it right. Keep going. Right and left. Right, left. Right, left. Right, left. Going push. Ready? I'm going to call it imoa. We walk forward. Here we go. Imoa. Right, left. Right, left. Push, right. And ihope. Go back. Right, left. right, left, right, left. All right, hands here. We're gonna aloha, push right, left. Now drop for 2. 1, 2, up, 1, 2, drop. Keep those feet flat, right? Down, down, up, up, down. Now keeping the sequence. Here we go. And imua. Up, up, drop, down, down. Keep those shoulders still. Drop. Ihope. Back, up, up, drop, down, up, up, down, and plant those feet again. Hands out. Stretching those hands. Lava. Stop. Yay, good job. Here's my dog over here. He wants to be let in.
There you go.
Good job. Okay, so hopefully you got a feel for that. And that's our ha'alava. And the ha'alava is really important because it forms that foundation for the rest of our hula moves, right? So when you're pushing, there's a lot of power in being able to control your weight like this, moving back and forth. And a lot of that is in balance and in being able to isolate from your upper body. Think of these muscles here above your hips. So if we go like this, like I always do this, you know, you have to shift your whole body weight. So my whole body has to go side to side over my foot so that I can keep balance and not fall over. But an alternative to that is if I just push the weight in my hips over to each side, I don't have to move my upper body. I can still push from side to side, put the balance on my feet wherever I want it. And because I'm shifting enough weight with my hips like this, my upper body can stay totally still. And if your upper body is still, what happens is you've got a really nice, like, controlled frame behind your hands. Because when we're dancing hula, we're telling a story with our hands, right? And so we want the focus to stay on our hands. That's why we watch our hands. That's why we want everything to be, all the motion that we are doing is overly emphasized if everything else is, we remove the excess motion. So let's keep going. We're going to practice our kaholo, which is kind of our most basic step. But we want to make sure we're doing those, the foundation that we practiced with our ha'alava. So our kaholo is going to go 2 steps to the right. Again, mirror me. And 2 steps to the left. Again, kaholo to the right, tap. Kaholo to the left, tap. Kaholo to the right, tap. Kaholo to the left. Again, watch your shoulders that they're not helping, right? We want our shoulders to see how still my elbows are here. And kaholo. Again, stay low, pushing the hips side to side. And one more time. Here. And good. Again, if you're a Tahitian dancer, I want to make sure you're not being too rolly with this, right? We're not doing our, like, horo here, but there's your similarities, horo and hula, kaholo and hula. Okay, we're going to add the hands to this. We'll do some basic hand motions. And, yeah, just follow me. Keep the elbows up. Keep your fingers together. And let's do it. Here we go.
There you go.
Okay, listen for when I call out those commands. Imuas go forward, ihopes go back. We're doing our kaholo, and our ha'alava is our sway. So bend and kaholo. Good job. Push. Good job, stay low. Ready? Let's put the hands up. You stretch and look. And look. I'm picking up and placing my hands. And Iwa, go forward. Ihope. Good job, keep going. Stay low, push. If you're not a beginner, I want you to work on getting lower, so bend lower. Okay, we're going to try different hand motion. On each side, we're going to go forward, forward, side. All right, let's do the first one, and then go into that. We're here, side, look, side. Now, switch, front, side. Again, side. Keep going back and forth. Look. Good job, keep going. We're going to add another one to this. Here's one. Here's two. Three. Now we're going to go here. One. Other side. Ready? Again, let's do that move again. All the way through a couple low. And back to number one. One. And two. And three. And switch. Again, one. Watch your hands look forward. Two. Watch for the tempo change here. Ready? Three. Listen to the music. And again, back to one. Look. Number two. And three. And good. One. Two. Are you still swaying? Are you still pushing those hips? Are your shoulders burning? I hope so. And one. And two. Three. And let's go back to one. Here we go. This will put us on with the music. Two. Here we go, number two. And three. Keep going. You're almost done. Keep your elbows up. Elbows up. One. One. Two. Good job. Keep going. And three. And good job. Let's breathe down. And check back in with your kahiko here. Stay low. Pushing. Elbows are nice and still. Our shoulders are nice and steady. And let's finish it off with the hands up. Back to one. And two. And aloha. Good job. Yay, good job. All right. So each class will add more moves to our what we're drilling. So that's what we're going to do. We're practicing our kahula for today. Those are the moves that we need for our first verse of our song. So, but we'll get to that in a second. All right. Next, we're going to get into the song that we're going to do, the song that we're going to work on. The song is called La'iei Kawai, and I love this song, as does Lincoln, our little Popuki mascot down here. Okay, if you're new to this, know that over to the side I put a link to a Google Drive folder, which you will, if you open that up, you will find that it is a folder with resources for you, including the lyrics to La'iei Kawai, which come from huapala.org, which is a really, really fantastic lyrics resource for a lot of Hawaiian songs. And this particular song is by Lehua Kawai Kapu Kalani Hewitt. He is a wonderful hula master and kuhula loea lehua. His titles just stack up, and very prolific poet and songwriter, and just a very wonderful person. If once things start opening back up, if you're ever in a position to take a workshop from him, please do, because he is just wonderful. You'll never, yay, Lincoln, say hi to Ali'i, Sayola's Popoki. Try and get a workshop with him, because he's just wonderful. He's been around forever. He's written a ton of really amazing songs, and including a lot of songs that if you haven't heard, don't realize he's written them. A lot of songs that you've heard before, Kapilina, all kinds of songs. Can't say enough about him, and he's just wonderful. You will learn so much. And so he wrote this song, and this song is based, it's like on is inspired by the mythology of La'iei Kawai, which is a really epic, grand story. So we're going to kind of go through it in chapters a little bit each week. You're going to learn a little bit more of the story. And yeah, starting today, we're just going to do like a little intro. Another thing you'll find in that Google Drive folder is an alphabet page. I just want to really quickly go through some pronunciation stuff, because if you're new to this, Hula, like Olelo Hawaii, which is the Hawaiian language, has like a reputation for being very difficult, which is ironic because most of the people who say that are English speakers. And honestly, what is more complicated than English, the way that you have to pronounce things. The beauty of Olelo Hawaii is that it's phonetic. You can sound out everything that you're looking at and that you're reading. And if you follow just a couple specific rules, you're probably going to be right. So I want you to just bust out of that mindset that it's really difficult or that it's complicated. I don't care if you see like 5 vowels strung together. Guess what? Sound them all out. You got it. Done. It's not that complicated. It's a mental thing more than anything. I say that as a person who really loves learning languages and who has I have kind of a knack for it. So I know that that's coming from that place from me, and that it is more difficult for other people. So I don't mean to not respect that, but I just want to say it's got a reputation for being like overly complicated, and it's actually pretty simple to understand. So if you open up that page, it's called Kapi'apa. Kapi'apa is the alphabet, and you'll see our letters on there. We have 13 letters in our alphabet, and we've got the 5 vowels, a, e, I, o, u, a, e, I, o, u. Those letters are, pronounce them. If you have any familiarity with the Spanish language, you will pronounce your vowels like you do in Spanish. So a, e, I, o, u is how you'll pronounce your vowels. If there's a kahiko, which is that line over the vowel, all you're doing is extending that vowel sound out, or you're emphasizing that syllable, right? So you're just kind of lengthening that vowel out just a little bit. Next, you've got our consonants. H, K, L, M, N, P, W, which are he, ke, la, mu, nu, pi, ve. And then we have okina. All of these consonants, H, K, L, M, N, P, W, are pronounced as they are in English. You will sometimes hear variations in pronunciation. Sometimes you'll hear like W, for example, might be pronounced like a V sound, or like a soft B sound, like a V. or a W, w. All three of those are right, just like, you know, an accent or dialect or whatever from different islands or different portions of the islands. But all the other ones, you know, sometimes you'll hear the L pronounced a little bit like an R, or you might hear a K pronounced like an S. Those things go back to, again, dialects and all that stuff. But those sounds were all distilled down to what we see today in our writing and our reading. And what you see here on this page. And then last but certainly not least, we have the okina. Okina is like a backwards apostrophe, and that only exists between two vowels. You'll never see an okina against a consonant, because what that does is it tells you whether or not to put a glottal stop between the two vowel sounds. So say, for example, I have a word like, well, let's look at the title of our song, La'iei Kawai. Okay, so we have L-A Okina, I-E-I-K-A-W-A-I. You might look at that and go like, right? It's a lot of letters. It might be foreign language for you, but guess what? You sound it out. Again, all of our vowels sound like vowels in Spanish. So we have la, and then we have an okina there, which puts a glottal stop between the A and the I. So it becomes la'i, L-A-I. A is pronounced ah, I is pronounced E. So I have la'i, right? La'i as opposed to lai, as opposed to putting the A and the I together. I say la'i, la'i. All right, so as you can see, there's no other okina in the rest of the word. So I have the rest of it is all going to be strung together. La'iei kawai. So here I'm still pronouncing each of those vowel sounds, but the only ones that are actually getting like the glottal stop, that glottal stop is the la'i. La'iei kawai. So everybody say la'iei kawai. If you are an English speaker, I need you to pronounce those vowels correctly. Okay, we still see here it, even people who know that vowels are pronounced differently, saying things like, again, like we've talked about Honolulu, right? Like the O's are ah, Honolulu. Well, the ah sound in Olelo Hawaii is the A. So Honolulu would be spelled Hanalulu, as opposed to what it's really called, which is Honolulu, right? O is how our O's are pronounced, Honolulu. So look at it, think about it, pronounce it. Don't feel like you have to rush. Try it out, give it some practice, and you will get better at it over time. Okay, back to our song, La'iei Kawai. I'm going to go through this fast. I'm pulling up my notes so that I stay on track. Famous last words. All right, so La'iei Kawai is, again, it's a huge epic tale. And the thing to know about a lot of mythology, which is true of a lot of cultures, is that as the stories get passed down, and especially in different places, they sometimes change a little bit. So the story that I'm going to tell you might differ from the version that you would hear from someone else, which is okay, because that's how stories work, right? Especially in oral cultures. Yeah. Yeah. the off hot, yeah. And so basically the what I'm teaching is going to come from this book. So Kalakaua, King David Kalakaua, wrote this book, The Legends and Myths of Hawaii, to kind of collect a lot of these stories. But again, if they're a little bit different based on someone else's retelling, that's just a normal part of passing down stories. So we're going to just start with a little introduction of La'iei Kawai. All right, so La'iei Kawai is this mythological, very beautiful woman. And she was born in La'iei on Oahu. And her father was, let's see, I don't have my glasses on. So Kahao Kapaka was her father. And then Malai Kahana was her mother. And so her father was like, if he told her, if we're going to have when we have our kids, the first one needs to be a boy, and if however many girls we have to begin with, I'm gonna get rid of them if they're not boys. I know. And so this happened a couple times according to the stories, and by the time she was when she was pregnant again, Malai Kahana, she knew their grandmother Waka told them that she was pregnant with twin girls. So Malaya Kahana was like, well, we're keeping. I'm gonna do what I need to do to protect them. And so when she was going into labor, she sent him out. She was like, hey, you know those little fishes that I love? I want you to go get a bunch of them for me because I'm hungry and I love them. And get out, go take that couple days journey to go get me the fish that I want. And he was like, okay, cool. And so he goes, and while he's gone, she gives birth to twin girls. And she gives those twin girls over to Waka, takes one of them. Waka takes Laie Kawai. And then the other girl, Laie Lohe Lohe, is taken by, there's another, by another priest. Oh, Kapukai Hawa. I was like, where's that name? Kapukai Hawa takes Laie Lohe Lohe over to Kukani Loko, which is a really sacred birthing site on the west side of Oahu. And you can still go there. It's still like, you can visit it as a tourist. So he takes Laie Lohe Lohe to Kukani Loko. Waka takes Laie Lohe Lohe. And the first place that she takes her to is to this, there's a small pond called Waiapuka. And it's described in this book as like being about 100 feet in diameter. It's really circular and it kind of goes down like this. And the banks are, it's like surrounded by rocks on all sides. And then it's down like, 12 feet down or something like that is where the water actually starts. But these rocks are like shooting up on all sides of this. And what's inside these rocks is actually, I don't know if it's one huge cave or like a network of caves, but there's like a cave, there are caves in these rocks that are accessible only by diving into the water, finding the secret entrance, and then you're home, right? So Waka's like, this is great, this is a safe place. So she takes Laie Ikawai down into those caves and she starts raising her there. Well, what happens when you have some secret little high-ranking little girls that you're hiding? Of course, rainbow's gonna appear where you're keeping them secret, right? And so this rainbow appears over the ponds. And there's this prophet on Kauai named Hulumaniani. And he sees this rainbow from where he is on Kauai. And he's like, oh, look at that pretty rainbow over there on Oahu. Cool. And then the next day he's like, that rainbow's still there again. What's going on? And then the third day it's there again. It's still there. It doesn't go away. Rain, wind, nothing matters. That rainbow's still there. And he's like, okay, something's going on. What's going over there into that rainbow? After 20 days, he's like, I got to find out for myself. So he rounds up a bunch of guys and he goes over there over to, and he's like guided by this rainbow to find Waiapuka. But Waka, she is basically the priest, Kapukai Hawa, who has Laie Lohe Lohe at Kukani Loko. He sees that this guy's coming, and so he sends dreams to Waka where he's like, hey, you got to get out of there, take her somewhere else, and we got to keep the girl safe. And so Waka hightails it out of that cave, and then they start this kind of like this like hopscotch thing where he is following her and he's having dreams and he's like seeing where she is, but then Waka is having dreams of and seeing that he's coming, so she goes to another place and this prophet keeps trying to find them. She's like, just leave us alone, dang, until they finally get to the place where they're going to settle, which is Paliuli. Paliuli is a place on the Big Island that's a very mythical, it's usually compared to like, think of like a Garden of Eden. It's like a Hawaiian Garden of Eden. It's beautiful, like tons of resources, like just like amazing place. Like when your shorthand for describing like a paradise is this Paliuli. Like that's how you can describe it. So she takes Laie Kawai to Paliuli. And it's in the southern part of the Big Island, in Puna, in the district of Puna, and they're finally like safe. This prophet can't really find them. He keeps looking, keeps praying to his gods. There's this whole thing about him go all these different places that he went, and I'm always curious when I see those things in mythology because for me that signals like a I wonder if there was kind of a sequence of events that happened along, because a lot of these stories, they explain geological things, they explain weather patterns, all this kind of stuff. I'm curious if there's a correlation there with something important happening in all these different places. But finally he gets to, like, I think it's like Waipio Valley on the Big Island, and he's like, he just can't find them anymore. So she settles them there in Paliuli to be raised in secret. And she builds this beautiful house thatched with feathers from the o'o bird. I mean, come on, how fabulous can you get? And there they kind of live, and you know, she just thinks, okay, cool, we're gonna be here for a while, and we can settle down, and I can make sure that she's safe. But of course, along the way, they've had to move around. People have been like seeing them. Rumors are spreading, and so they're not going to be alone there for long. So we're gonna pick this story up again next week. That's where we're going to stop there. But for now, this is what we know. We know that La'iei Kawai is living in Paliuli on the Big Island with Waka in this fabulous house made of thatched with feathers from the o'o bird. And we know that La'iei Lohelohe is being raised by that priest on Oahu at Kukaniloko. And we know that rumors are spreading of this unparalleled beauty that lives in Paliuli. What's going to happen next? We'll find out. All right, let's start with our song. So, La'iei Kawai, again, if you pull up the lyrics on there from Huapala, in that, you'll see our first verse. Aia La'iei Kawai. And then he says, Eo, Ika uka valela o Paliuli. All right, so in the uplands of Paliuli. Kauka, anytime you see uka, you know it's talking about the uplands, right? That's why we have, like, if you're on the islands, Mauka and Makai are the usual directions you'll use. They tend to be more valuable on a little island than north, south, east, west. Mauka is towards the mountain in the uplands. Makai is towards the ocean. So if you kind of reference things that way, it becomes a little bit more valuable. So we're saying in the uplands of Paliuli, Aia La'iei Kawai, and then Ika uka valela o Paliuli. And then we say, Okana ni helu e kahi o Paliuli. Helu e kahi is number 1, right? Our counting goes, e kahi, e lua, e kolu, e ha, e lima, e ono, e hiku, e walu, e iwa, umi. So number 1 is e kahi. So we're basically Okanani, this beauty that is like the number 1 beauty. And she's at Paliuli. All right, so let's dance it. Here we go. I know lots of talking. I'm going to talk less next week. Maybe. Okay. Okay, so we're going to start. I'm going to try to mirror you on this for this first thing. All right, so we're saying Aia La'iei Kawai. So we're going to start with just, this is a hula ʻauana, which is a modern hula. So we're going to start here with our hands down. Okay, lots of space between your shoulders and your ears, so kind of stand tall, and then we're going to point our toe out until we start. And we're going to call our kahea for this verse, which is aia. So your kahea is calling in each verse. So I want everybody to say, remember to call your kaheas while you're dancing. So say aia. Everybody repeat after me. Aia. Again. Aia. A-I-A. Aia. Aia. One more time. Aia. Good. Now we say aia la'iei kawai eo. So we're going to, hands are going to go like this. We're going to go from in here like this. We're going to place out, and then hands come up. And then I want you to grace down just once and then settle your hands back here. Okay, so I'm placing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, my hands are facing in when they go up. So if I'm here, then I'm going in, out, up, turn them in, and then come down. Again, remember that we don't want to hyperextend our arm. That's really important, or else we look like this, like that. So make sure you've got the bend in your elbow to actually give you straight arms as they come down. And then also see how my elbows go out here like this. as opposed to coming in towards me like that. Make sure your elbows stay up here like this. Okay? And we're going to do that with just a kaholo. Okay, so again, 2 steps to the right, 2 steps to the left. And I'm going to go 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, and let's do it a couple times in a row. Ready? 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 5, 6, 7. Again. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn in 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Then I'm going to go. My hand is going to come here. Down. ʻeo. I'm just calling out. So I want you to be here like this. And then here again with a kaholo to the right. Ready? We go 5, 6, 7, go. ʻeo. Look. And now other side. Look. Okay? Put those together. Ready? 5, 6, 7, go. ʻaila ie I kawai. Out. ʻeo. And out here. Okay? Good. Now we have I kauka walela o paliuli. We're going to kaholo again, right, left, right, tap, and it's going to turn us to the right so that we're facing the side. Again, you're mirroring me, so you're going to end up facing your right side. Okay, so my feet are going to go like this. Right, left, right, tap. And then here, I'm going to kaholo huli around a full 360, so I'm going to end up facing this side again. So here. Yeah. I'm reversing it in my brain, so I got to make sure I don't get confused. All right, so again, do this kaholo, and then we're going to huli around to your left. Ready? 5, 6, 7, go. Right, left, right, tap, left, right, left, tap. All right, let's do the hands here. We're saying I kauka walela o paliuli. So we're our hands were out here because we just did this. Now we're going to go, your hands are going to travel up to the uplands like that. Okay? So the hands are going to go with that first kaholo. 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then as I turn, what's happening is your hands look like this right now. And what's going to happen is this hand is going to come open and you're going to, so kind of, you can kind of touch here and then present. You're presenting out. Here's what I want to make sure we're doing. We have to keep our focus, keep our gaze up, looking up here like this. And I want to make sure that you give this open, that you're not just going here, here, right? It's not boom, boom. It's open, like, like this, right? Except up. All right, so let's do that again. Ready? 5, 6, 7, go. Right, left, right, tap, huli left, right, left, tap. Okay. All right, let's do this much with music. I got to make sure that I have the right timing. I got to check myself. Ready? Also, there's a link in the resources to purchase this song. If you're learning the song, please, please, please purchase it. Hoku Zodermeister is singing it, and we have to support our artists. Yeah, so please buy it on Amazon or iTunes. Here we go. And get ready for your kahea. And aya kaholo. And up, kaholo. right, we're going to finish with our weight in our left foot. Okay, so we finished with the weight in our left foot, and we finished open like this, right? Let's do that with music one more time, and then we'll move on. Just a little bit more. Watch your hands, here we go. ʻaina. Turn your mouth. And into yeah, okay. Good. All right, so now we have ʻokanani helue kahi o paliuli. So what we're gonna do here is we just open the hands like this. Now we're gonna bring our hands back together. And what's happening here is my hands are up like that, open. So I just did my presented paliuli. Now I'm gonna go hand, your left hand is gonna come back to your right hand. And then you're going to come around your face like this. Okay? ʻokanani, the beauty, right? So we're gonna, hand comes here, and I'm turning my right hand out. See how my right hand is in like this? It turns out like that while I'm doing this. So up, down. Milk it, right? And I'm looking this way. So I look here like that. I'm looking, imagine you're like looking into your reflection in like water, in like a lake or in a pond, and you're like this. But the important thing here is not to go like this. I like to say with this song, when we're here like this, it's our beauty. When we're here like this, we're sad. Okay? So we don't want to be sad. We want to be here like this. So cheat your face like you're kind of like this. Push your chin out a little bit and let your gaze lower without your head dropping like that. Okay? So again, I reach up, turn the right hand out, and go around your face here like this. And we're going to do that with the ha'aleva. So my ha'aleva, my sway, I'm going to push with my left foot, the ball of my left foot, I'm going to push up while I push to the side. So that what happens when you do that, your ha'aleva is just here like this. But if I push up with the ball of my foot at the same time, then what happens is, see how this is making like a circular motion now? Up and down, up and down. Now I'm doing this without the balls of my feet leaving the floor. So I want to make sure that you've got your feet still both hitting the floor, staying on the floor during this whole move. Up, down, up, down. So that's what we're doing here. Hands are open. We just presented paliuli. We reach up into our right foot, up, drop down, and then we're going to kaholo, right, left, right, tap. Okay? Helu e kahi, number one. Number one. Round like this. Hand stays up here. Okay? If we with it, everybody? Oh, good. I'm glad you like it, Ashley. I love it too. I've taught this song a few times. I never get tired of it. Our students danced this song at our Kumahula's wedding. It's beautiful. All right. Anyway, let's just walk it into that from the beginning of this verse. Okay, let's remind ourselves of where we're at. All right, so we're here. Ayala yei kawai. Ready? 5, 6, 7, go. 2, 3, 4, up, 5, 6, 7, 8, ayo, out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go to the side. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn. Huli. 5, 6, 7, 8. Up 1, 2, drop 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I wanted to make sure that your arm up here stays close to your ear. Yeah, so lift the, yes, you are lifting the left heel. Yeah, great question. You are, when you push up in the ha'aleva, my left heel does come up. So if I tilt down a little bit so that we can see more of the feet, what's happening is I hit here, my weight is in my left foot, I push up, drop down, and then I kaholo, right, left, right, tap to the front. Yeah. Feet are a problem when we turn. Are you putting in all the steps in there? Because sometimes when we huli, we leave out steps and it throws our balance, it throws our weight off because we'll have our weight in the wrong foot if we don't make sure we get all the steps in there. So I want to make sure you're giving it a full kaholo huli. When you're here, we just went from the side to the right. We go right, left, right, tap, left, right, left, tap. And then you can push your weights in your left foot and you can push up into that ha'aleva, drop down, and then right, left, right, tap. That's the idea. Yeah, so check with that. Make sure that you've got all those steps in there because what's easy to do is to go right, tap, left, right. And then if you're here, then your weight's in your right foot. And then you're going, wait, I have to, hold on. I'm supposed to ha'aleva. And your weight is in the wrong, doesn't work, right? Okay, so again, let's go back to, let's walk it from there. Then we'll tie up this verse and then we'll run it a bunch of times. The good thing is that these verses all repeat. So we always have 2 chances every time we run the music. All right, here we go. Ready? 5, 6, 7, go. Ayala ye ikabai. And eo. Out. And here. And up. Here we go. Ikauka balela. Open. O. Paliuli. Okanani. Helue kahi. Okay, now we have opaliuli. So next we're going to go. Yeah. Okay, good. So next we're going to go to the last line of our. We're going to go here. Just finish this. We're going to drop this left hand down, and let this. Hold on. Okay. Next, we're going to go. Sorry, making sure I'm not confusing myself. We just did right, hands up, right, left, right, tap. Now this hand's going to come down and we're going to circle all the way around, left, right, left, tap. Okay, all the way around. Then next, this hand motion is going to go, we're going to huli during this, but starting with the hand motion, what's going to happen is this hand is here, right? We're going to bring in the both hands to our chest, here, and up. So we are presenting out. This hand is out like this. This hand is out to the side. Up, and we're going to do this while we turn. But we just finished this kaholo here. And then the hand motion goes here, out. So with this, we're going to, we just did left, right, left, tap. We're just going to kaholo huli to the right, right, left, right, tap, left, right, left, tap. Okay. We just did this. Let's hula with it. Ready? 5, 6, 7, go. Right, left, right, tap, left, right, left, tap. Okay. Let's go back to Ikauka. Yeah, let's go back to Ikauka Valela. So hands were out here. We just did AO. So let's go kaholo to the right into your up into the uplands, right? Kauka. 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huli. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kaholo. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah? Let's try it with music. I hope I'm being clear. It's hard to tell. Remember, it repeats. It goes straight into it. No vamp or anything in between. Ready? And Aya. Up. Open. And up. Drop. Down. And huli. Aya. From your mouth here. Ikoka. And up. Down here. Yeah. Hello. Let's do it again. Ready? And watch your hands. And call your kahea. Ready? Aya. Up. Aya. And up. Yeah. I need more practice too. Not in right or left side. Which part? Barbara's asking, Ula in right or left side? Which, sorry. Brutus, hush, buddy. Brutus, hey. One's barking. Okay, anyway. Ula in right or left side. I'm not sure which spot you mean. Your question. Let me know if you can tell me what your hands are doing or what the lyrics are there or something like that, and then we can figure out what spot. Make sure you're on the right the correct foot. You should be finishing this. You're mirroring me, so you should finish this verse when you're with a, this should be a kaholo to the right and then to the left. So you should just finish with a nice left kaholo without having to do any foot trickery or catch steps or anything like that. You should get there so you finish with the left kaholo on this. So if there's any spots where you feel like you're having to like shift the weight really fast or something, then uka valila. So yes, good question. So when we go up, we're going right, left, right. No, sorry. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so uka is going up on your right side. Yeah. Yes, go up. You're gonna kaholo. Your footwork is a right, left, right tap that brings you to face your right side. So you'll mirror me, right, left, right, and then yeah, you're gonna end up facing this side. So make sure you're facing the right wall. Here. Yeah. Hold on. Why am I getting so confused here? Ew. Right, left, tap, right, left. Yeah, okay. So just the feet here, we're going right, right, tap. Huli, left, tap. Ha'aleva up, right, drop, left, kaholo, right, tap. Okay, and then you'll go left. Yeah, let's do one. Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's do both the first verse with the repeat, and then you can see my feet. And ʻaia. And kaholo, right, left, ha'aleva up, right, drop left, kaholo, right, left, right, and repeat, ʻaia. And open, ha'aleva upright, drop left, right, fully. Yeah. Let's do one where I'm facing the other side now. So now this is going to be my wall. So it'll be like you're dancing behind me. Yeah. Okay. I have an idea. Don't be mad at me. I'm going to make a slight change. Okay, just slight change. Don't worry. It's not a change to the feet because that would just be bananas. But it's going to be to the hands. Let's do when we go here, ʻaia la ie I kawai eo. like that. So we're not coming down like this and having to go like this. I don't like these extra moves where I try to take them out wherever I can, where you have like, you got to put your hand down there. So when your hands grace down, let's land here. And we're going to go out and out. Okay? Slight little tweak. Okay, I'll face the other way. Here we go. Aya. Up, down, right, left, Aya. Up, right, hold on with your nose there. Up, down, oh my. Yeah, I think it's easier too. You know that moment of like awkwardness where you're trying to put your hand down? I don't like those. Okay, let's do it all together one more time. And then we'll all practice. I made some tweaks to this, so if you've learned this from me before, you'll notice some parts are different. It's because, again, I have some changes. But then when I do the changes, then sometimes I get confused because I'm like, what did I do there? Anyway, let's do it again, and I'll face you again. So mirror me. Here we go. Smile. Watch your hands. Stay low. Okay, be comfortable with how slow it is. Stay controlled. Aya. Reach up. Drop down. Aya. Okay. All right. Good job. Let me know if you have any other questions. A couple things to keep in mind about this choreography. It's slow. And if you know anything about hula, you know that the slower dances are harder, right? Because it's not about just kind of like, oh, I just have to be here and here. You have to control all the way through your fingertip the whole time so that it's nice and smooth. So I want to make sure you're not sort of letting the relaxing feel of the music relax your muscles, which makes you lose control. Okay, so you got to feel the control in your muscles all the way down. And then the other thing that I found that helped when I was teaching this to my makuahine in Malibu, they, if you're dancing, one thing that tends to happen when you're dancing these slow dances is you start dragging your feet. like you just start, instead of picking up your foot, then you kind of drag it along a little bit because it feels more graceful or something. So if you're practicing this at home, I want to challenge you to no foot noises. Okay. So if you're dancing this and you hear, if you're like on a hardwood floor or anything like that, and you can hear the whoosh of your toes sliding or the balls of your feet sliding across the floor because you're not picking them up in the actual steps, I want you to get rid of that. Take it out of there. Make sure you're stepping up and down using the ball of your foot, leaving the ground and stepping back down, right? Yeah. Yay, Zaola. Yes, exactly. And once you get the choreography, it's like you want to add that performance in there too, right? We got to get it. We have to push out from our faces. We got to use the eyebrows. And we have to, again, kind of give that sort of peaceful, like paradise sort of feeling to our audience while they're watching us dance. So good. Okay. Next week, we're going to get into the second verse. We'll just keep it moving. Jump in the Facebook group and let me know if you have any other questions or if you're reviewing it and you're like, wait, what hand was it that did this? I know that this is a beginner class and I know this isn't a super, super beginner easy song, but I believe in you. I think you can do it. And you always have the video here to kind of rewind and go back and get the breakdown or just re-practice it a bunch of times. Again, please purchase the song on iTunes or Amazon. It's very available. Hoku Zurmeister's album ʻaina Kupuna, and you could get the whole album if you can because it's beautiful. You won't be sorry. And also check out other stuff by Lehua Kawai Hewitt. Again, can't say enough about him. He's wonderful and just a gift to us all. Yay! Next week, we're going to start in our Monday, Tuesday class, the intermediate class. We're starting new choreography. We're going to start in Akini, which I think everybody's comfortable with. We're going to talk about Kalaupapa and the Hansen's disease colony that was there. We're going to talk about Hansen's disease itself and some misconceptions about it. We're also going to talk a little bit about Father Damien, who's been in the news recently because AOC says some things about the statue that's there. Which I am fully in support of her comments. I think that her comments, what she said, doesn't in any way take away from the accomplishments or the intent of Father Damien. She was commenting on, just who we choose, who we prioritize in terms of learning about and all that stuff. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't worry, we'll get into it. Not a big deal. It's all good. Yeah. So that's it for today. We're all heading off into another week, the rest of our week and into a weekend. And I hope you all do it safely, please. Please follow your health regulations. Please take everything seriously. I think that how seriously you take everything that's going on is a real reflection of how much you care about the people around you. And I think it's really important that we all send that message that we care about the people around us a lot. So please see what you can do in that regard. And yeah. All right. Thank you all for joining me. And I also just want to say how much I really appreciate all the chatting going on during class. This kind of stuff, I'm so used to having interactive back and forth in-person class. And so it's been hard for me to go take it online because sometimes it sort of feels so silent. And when we have these discussions and people are asking questions and all that stuff, it just brings a lot of excitement to me. And so I just want to really appreciate you all for jumping in and for us all being able to talk about this and all that kind of stuff. So keep it up. All right. I will talk to y'all soon. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you on the Facebook group. If you're not on there, I put the link at the top of the chat. So join there. And yes, have a wonderful weekend. Stay healthy. Yeah. Aw. All right. I love you all. I'll talk to you soon. Ahuiho. Aloha.